Welcome back to the news at 9. It is time now for another edition of Design Time with Kathy Kilborn and our friends from Tri-City Furniture. And today we are talking about the new gray tones. And we've done this before with paints and things like that, where we talk about, does this look gray to you? Does it look beige to you?
Correct.
You know, it seems like everyone is wanting their sofas or main furniture pieces in a neutral tone, you know, so that they can kind of coordinate other things around it. You know, but it seems to have moved away from browns, you know, browns and things, and tans, and it's moving toward gray.
Correct.
So what is, you know, is gray where neutral is really at nowadays?
Well, again, it's kind of the lack of color in gray,
Right.
and so it does allow for the flexibility to work with many colors. We have this blue sofa with the gray tone accents in it, but a good reverse would be a gray sofa with a blue accent.
Sure.
So many colors work well with the grays, but we have had like battleship gray and lighter tone grays, but we're now seeing that the grays are actually taking on more of a brown tone. So if you put gray with it, it'll actually turn brown, and if you put the brown with it, it'll look a little more gray. So it gets to be a little bit more tricky, but the main thing is it doesn't show dirt. It's kind of the color that the bright grays got when they got dirty.
All right.
So you're buying it that tone, and then it eliminates that soil factor.
So is that, you know, do you consider that the best tone of gray out there?
I think that's where you're going to see it move. Grays are coming down as drastically as they went up in popularity. Probably mostly because of the northern states in the U.S. We have a lot of cold weather, and the cold weather with gray tones does not feel as good as the warm palette, which would be the browns. So most people don't really love February in Michigan, and that's that colder gray overcast sky. We'd rather have something that's warm with the reds or the golds.
Sure, sure. And same thing probably with paint colors, right? I
Absolutely.
mean, it's the walls too.
Right. We're seeing the grays change from the dark battleship, maybe blue cast, but these are those more taupey kind of colors. And so they're moving that way, but they're very flexible because they allow you to go with brown or gray.
Okay. Now, you know, where do the color palettes come from? Who makes the decisions, I guess, and what trends are happening?
Well, they come from Europe, and the Pantone people actually pick the colors of the year. But the trends are actually put into place by designers. So what you see in clothing is now being followed a lot in furniture. And a lot of the colors are much more trendy. We'll have the yellows, bright yellows showing up in clothing with black accents. It really doesn't enter into furniture very well because we don't want to live with that long term. Right now we have a blush color, which wasn't here since the 70s, and back then we called it mauve. But it's not going to take great hold. It's fun for an accent, but it really probably won't last. And those Pantone people just move the colors around.
Okay. All right, so now we know. And then Kathy puts them all together so it looks beautiful.
That's right.
All right, thanks, Kathy.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us for this edition of Design Time on TV5 News at 9.